If I had to have a theme for today, it's kind of the idea that we have a very, very strident, tyrannical leftist mindset in this country at UT, where they're trying to threaten freshmen when they come to sign up for their freshman courses and organizations they want to join, being told that we're going to dox you, and they said, which is essentially threatening them. You have the Muslim really aggression toward this author who's spelling out historical truth about Islam and Islamic conquest, preventing him from speaking at the War College. And these two next stories I want to hit very quickly, again, on the tyranny of the American left. One is that of all kinds of groups, I call this the knitters and spitters, there is apparently, who knew, a national organization of people who like to knit, as in, knit one, purl two, knit. And they have a website and they have members and people get involved and share patterns and ideas and colors and whatever else. I don't know. Anyway, it turns out the people who run this group are leftists, and they are so left-wing minded that they decided they are going to shut down and make unwelcome in their group anyone who supports President Trump. These are knitters. It has nothing to do with politics, nothing to do with economics, nothing to do with anything except people who happen to enjoy the hobby of knitting. It's called Ravelry, RAVELRY.com. They've apparently had other little tussles inside this group before this that relate to, you can't do things that are offensive, and so only conservative speech is offensive. Liberal stuff can go on all day long, but they've now actually formally announced via tweet they're not going to permit Trump supporters to put anything up on their site, or they're just trying to get rid of, to shut down Trump supporters. It turned out, of all surprising things, Michelle Malkin, the stellar American commentator, she's part of this group, and she's saying, "Are you kidding me?" So that was one. That's the knitters. And the spitters. Just to see the level of irrational outrage the American left has managed to stir up in America's culture, simply breathtaking. The Secret Service had to arrest a waitress in Chicago because Eric Trump, President Trump's son, went in the restaurant with some other colleagues for whatever he was doing up there on business, goes into this restaurant, and this waitress who's never met him before in her entire life walked right up to Eric Trump, President Trump's son, and spit at him, spit in his face. Secret Service is there, they arrest her and take her out of there. I just want you to think about what that represents about American society. We have a young woman who's a waitress. I mean, she's supposed to be waiting tables and deciding that she is morally justified. It's justified for her to spit in the face of the son of the President of the United States. Frankly, spit in the face of anybody just because you don't like their politics, or you think you don't like his father, or you think you don't like whatever it is you think the president represents, and you could be completely ill-informed. But this woman did that, got arrested by Secret Service, I think she spent a night in jail. Eric Trump decided not to press charges, and so they let her go. But it's just a little window, again, on American culture. The left has managed to stir up irrational outrage in the students at UT, and this waitress in Chicago, and even among this knitting group. They're embracing the idea, as CARE is trying to sell, same idea. CARE was talked about with Raymond Ibrahim's book, trying to sell the idea. Anyone who doesn't agree with us, anyone who dares to have an opinion that does not agree with the American left, must be shut down, mocked, ridiculed, threatened, name-called, because no one's allowed to agree with the left. That is the message, the tyrannical message of the American left today. No one can speak unless we have approved. We are entitled to shut them down, threaten them with doxing, all the things we just talked about, because they dare to think something we don't think. The left in this country is the home of intolerance, and tyranny must be stood up against.